is the screen like that? Hello. That's so strange. Wow. Okay, so I'm guessing that you can see me, but I can't see you through this screen at this time. And I'm just going to try and come back in. Hold up. Welcome to Codes of Harmony. Okay, so today we have I don't know what just happened then. If you were here a moment ago, you may have anyways, glitch in, glitch out. Here we are. The message today is love and compassion. Oh, what was the message? I just channeled it. Love and compassion. Across time. And walls made of glass. So the symbology, and this is Codes of Harmony, by the way, if you can't tell, here we are. If you're going to try and copyright it, just try and copyright that. Try and replicate that, dear ones. So there's something very significant about love and compassion as a shield, as an armor, as a code of conduct, as a code of honor, and as a weapon, really. Love and compassion as a weapon. Love and compassion as a I keep seeing this image of like a light that is rising above a battlefield. Okay. And there's a lot of conversations happening at the moment. Oh, by the way, this is at Codes of Harmony. Willow is here. Thank you for being here. And this is the card that we're starting with. I'll give you that to have a look at for a minute. It's Stingray with this incredible, gorgeous, oh, we got enough light. With this beautiful rainbow pattern down the spine. So there's something very significant happening with the spine at the moment, which is interesting because that makes me think about the term, someone being spineless, someone which is meant to represent someone who's not courageous or not being courageous. But what I love about this card, the Stingray card here, is that the spine is rainbow, this beautiful rainbow, which makes me think, of course, of Christ consciousness, reaching Christ consciousness. There's an ongoing, I feel like when I go to say that word, like an ancient word wants to come through that I'm not either allowing to come through, I'm not aware of, or there's energetic blockers to me saying there's an ancient word that represents consciousness, Christ consciousness, which talks about the journey of the spinal fluid, which you'll hear a lot of yogis talk about. You hear a lot of masters of meditation speak about, and people that have quote unquote reached Christ consciousness, which is allowing this fluid to move down your spine. And we can talk about the spine and all the vertebrae in many ways, like stages of life, stages of the different realms of this world and beyond. Oh, 10% battery. and then moving back up towards the crown, and all of the kind of wisdom, all of the knowledge, all of the self-mastery that happens in this process. And I love that that's rainbow, which also speaks about letting your the colors within you shine. Okay. And today it's also speaking about it as love. So having a level of Christ consciousness that allows not only for your golden fluid to move down your spinal cord and then back up into your crown. And then, of course, that energetically going on to reach the heavens, which allows us to communicate and connect in with higher consciousness, with higher timelines, with other realms, with the etheric realms, with the heavens, gods, goddesses, angelic frequencies, as well as the way it's coming through today is a Christ consciousness in the form of love, and being able to reach the highest form of love that you can. Yeah. And that's being represented with this stingray card. Stingray could mean something different for you. Stingray has like a number of different connotations, of course, especially in this modern world that we're in at the moment. Clearing the space, clearing the space. Yeah, so there's something about this level of consciousness rising above the battlefield, rising above a bloody, chaotic battlefield of both living and dead flesh, of human vessels, human bodies that some are with us, some are not with us anymore, which also talks about and represents spirits rising from a body, right? And part of the collective consciousness that's breaking through at the moment is redeveloping a whole new understanding and relationship with death, which of course is going to bring a better understanding and relationship with life, with being alive. These are the precious materials, the precious resources that we're working with today. This, which is also crystals, gemstones, that's how it's being embodied. Clearing throat chakra, rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections, calling back my energy, calling back my power, realigning my own voice, my own frequency, my own energetic patterning and coding back into this beautiful, sacred, humble vessel that I inhabit. Rejecting all projections. So we're working with Morganite. Morganite is coming through talking about relationship healing. So you might be having relationship healing at the moment. You may be redeveloping, restoring, nurturing, and reconnecting with your relationship with yourself. The pink also definitely clearing the throat chakra, rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections, rejecting all projections. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here at Codes of Harmony. So the pink definitely also speaks of divine feminine frequency as well as love. And the heart chakra is pink and green. So this also to me definitely speaks about the heart chakra. You may be having an activation and awakening of the heart chakra. We then have dioptase, which speaks of heart healing. And that together, of course, makes the green and the pink. Green and the pink frequency, which speaks about and represents the heart chakra. So lots of you are experiencing a heart chakra activation. And they're also speaking about the heart chakra activations that you have already been through settling in, really kind of locking into place so that everything starts working harmoniously within your heart chakra as well as your etheric heart. So you have your physical heart, which sits within your chest, within your vessel. And then beyond that, you have an etheric and energetic heart. Some spiritual diagrams and drawings will display that as being something that an energetic heart, an ethereal light body heart that sits behind your heart, and others represent it as kind of emanating around the heart, the physical heart. And then we have rose quartz, which again is very much connected to love, the frequency of love. You may be going through some kind of new levels of capacity of love, of care, of sharing, of caring. So you may be finding that you might have been a bit of a more cynical person, a bit of a more logical person, and you're starting to be either pushed to or you're about to be brought to a new level of love, a new a new level, a new capacity to hold love, to see love even in your quote unquote enemies. Yeah. And this also does amazing things for inner child healing. Lots of people speak about having a rose quartz in your home, in your bedroom, in your possession, or in jewelry that you wear or carry with you. You know, this rose quartz crystal or gemstone. And a lot of people only focus on that in a romantic sense. But this is about so much more. It's actually about inner child healing, as well as, you know, the more that you heal your inner child and love your inner child and understand your past, your childhood, who you are, the more you understand and connect with that, the more you have the ability to express, to receive, to show, and to hold a frequency of love as an adult. So this is very, very powerful energy, like really super powerful energy the collective is working with at the moment. Let me see if I can't get a little bit more. You know, humans are very connected to nature, connecting to nature. Nature always represents, like green always speaks about nature to me, and of course, Mother Earth. We then have a moonstone. Moonstone is coming through, of course, representing cycles. Moonstones are incredible to work with during the moon's stages, like obviously full moons. There'll be a very powerful energy connected to any kind of moonstone that you have. And all of your crystals are important to be cleansed in the sunshine and the moonshine, as well as with water. Not all crystals, obviously, and gemstones, rocks, etc. But the moonstone particularly needs to spend time in sunshine, in moonlight, needs to spend time connected to nature. It is essential. Even if it's a pair of earrings that you wear all the time, it's a necklace you wear all the time, intentionally sitting your moonstone, and this goes with all of your precious resources, both these sort as well as the ones you hold within, need to have time feeling the sunshine, the moonshine, and the elements, all the different elements. So it's good to place your moonstone and any other gemstones that you want to cleanse, any other sacred items, because a lot of people don't realize it's also important to cleanse all of your spiritual tools, all of your spiritual items. But it's particularly powerful if you um, place it in a shell, yeah, or within a dish a dish of low, just a little bit of water. And obviously, if it's jewelry, you can research what it's set in. If it's set in gold, silver, bronze, whatever, that's also will affect the way that you do this. And then sometimes you can even get a pot plant like this, and you can sit a stone or gemstone in the earth, in the soil. That's particularly great if you're in an apartment, if you live in the city. Or you can, if you actually are blessed enough to be able to have a backyard or have any kind of garden, you can sit your gemstones out on the earth. Obviously do that somewhere safe where you can see it, you know, and not lose track of it. And obviously where it's not going to be dangerous to any babies or children. And if it's really small, it can be dangerous for animals, for birds and stuff too. So, but I'm being called to remind you all about your connection to the different elements, the 4 elements: water, earth, air, fire. The 5th element is ether. Ether is everything. Ether is the unknown. Ether is all that exists beyond what we can see, feel, name, and describe. And we are all coming closer and more aware of the 5th element. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Beautiful energy. Such beautiful energy here today. Let's pull some more animal oracles. Oh, we've got the bunny rabbit underneath. Very sweet. I believe the year of the rabbit was not last year, but the year before. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone and every part of everyone, and all of the ether that sits between us. Beautiful. That's amazing. Okay, we have the dolphin. Very playful energy, very warm energy, connected to the waters. You may be a water sign, you may be connected to water signs. Water signs teach us how to hold emotion. Water signs teach us the limits of emotion. Water signs can reflect very clearly and show us how we are not expressing, knowing, connecting to our own emotions. And dolphins have a really cute, adorable laugh as well. We then have starfish. Starfish are the energy that I get off starfish is always very watchful. And this is all coming connected to this Christ consciousness level of and capacity for new ways of being, of holding, of expressing and receiving love. And rainbows may be significant at this time. Obviously, in the modern context, stars make us think about people being famous. Maybe you're famous. Maybe you're connected to someone who's famous. Maybe you are moving closer to becoming more known. Even the concept and the idea of what a star is changing at the moment. And then, of course, starfish also make us remember the connection between water and the sky. The fact that the moon holds the tides, controls the tides of the water, which also affects our emotions. That's why during a full moon or an eclipse, at all these different stages, you feel you are affected, whether you realize it or not, by the tides, by the moon. And that is why we are so connected to water. And that's why it's so important to honor Mother Ocean, the water, to be aware of the way that the rain falls, the way that weather speaks to us. And that, of course, connects into the skies, the heavens, and starlight itself. The twinkling of starlight is what I'm hearing. The shining of starlight. The way that starlight can travel from the sky to us. And then finally, the very powerful energy of the phoenix rising. This is rebirth. This is rebirth energy. This is what the whole collective is going through. And if you combine, if you can imagine, when you look at and you hold together, if you can see, I should say, whether it's with your two eyes or your three eyes, there's an element of the stingray that is almost like a bird or an eagle or a phoenix moving through the water. And also this, this also without question has a angelic frequency connected to it. And if we thought about the stingray rising, the rebirth of a stingray in the context of how it's coming through today in this reading of Christ consciousness, that is a rebirthing of the consciousness of the entire collective. That's why it feels so full on. It feels so chaotic. It feels so rejecting all projections. Rejecting all projections. I don't know what this message has to do with anything, but people need to stop filming each other without consent. I obviously hope everybody is safe. I hope that this message is not speaking of anything harmful, illegal, but there's something. Hey y'all, please excuse. I swear these phones seem to be charging shorter and shorter these days. They've asked me to clear the table as we just had a bit of an intrusive energy come into the reading. Just rebuke it. We then have Amazonite with your life purpose. A lot of people's life purpose is coming through. Let's pull a few of my flip cards. I'm actually working on some of these to release. If you would like to pre-order some, you're welcome to send me an email. My email is in the description of on my channel here at Codes of Harmony. And each limited run is going to have a special message that comes with it. Okay, clear and divine guidance that'll be most beneficial for everyone involved. Ooh, Luck Dragon. Ooh, Luck Dragon. Luck Dragon for me, of course, makes me think of Never Ending Story. Looking at the lyrics of that song, Never Ending Story, the theme song to Never Ending Story, could be beneficial right now. Luck is on your side, is what I'm hearing. And there's a big energy about love and compassion cutting through that which seems like it cannot change, that which seems impossible, is what I'm hearing. Never ending story. I channeled a message this morning about sages. Tall tales. Someone might have been telling tall tales about you or someone you know. Pink skies. That's so beautiful because we had that rose quartz frequency coming through earlier. And one more, please. Never ending story. Clear and divine guidance be most beneficial for everyone involved. And then we have Quick Learner. Wow, that feels like some lucky cards. I don't even remember channeling that one. Someone here might be a quick learner. Somebody may have been studying something. Again, out of the deck, so I've just shuffled the entire crystal gemstone deck again. I'm just calling it Precious Resources because this deck has become very symbolic over the last month of not just the gemstones, crystals, and precious elements that are in the earth, but the ones that are within us. So this came out before, Dioptaz with heart healing. And looking at and focusing on this kind of color, this green color, can be very beneficial. Green and pink together. That's so interesting. Underneath we have emeralds with compassion. Compassion is so important right now. And I just keep seeing it rising, rising above the battlefield. Battlefield obviously can be symbolic for lots of different things. And I've got to go out somewhere, so let me just close this off with a few messages for the collective from the classic Rider-Waite Tarot. Please won't you give me clear divine guidance that'll be most beneficial for everyone involved. I heard someone say, who are you working for? Who do you work for? Which makes me, I keep hearing, I've been channeling some message about the changing of guards for a very long time. Like months, that message has been coming through. Many months. And the word sentinel has been coming through. Sentinel, which of course is very connected to the word sentience, being a sentient being. But sentinel is like connected to that protective, guarding energy. And just as I say that, we have the Four of Pentacles coming through, the Justice card. The sentinels of justice. The sentinels of true divine law. Both L-A-W and L-O-R-E. Something about divine law returning like a phoenix in the sky. So look towards the sky for messages. The sky is always speaking to us, is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting, it's so nice to feel this energy of the Four of Pentacles, not being the miser energy that we know so well, but which we've really been surviving and battling and conquering both internally and externally. But it's coming through as a sentinel, as a protector of justice, holding on to the code of honor that allows justice to exist beyond the courtroom, beyond the laws that are passed, beyond even the word of man, of human, of us, the natural laws that exist for every being, for every cell, for every molecule, for nature, for nature and for time itself is what I'm hearing. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. My name is Willow. Willow, like the tree. Trees also speak to us all the time. And yeah, and this channel is Codes of Harmony. Thank you to my subscribers. I love you so much. I'm so grateful. And I know how brave and courageous you are for supporting a channel like mine. Please give me clear divine guidance that'll be most beneficial for everyone involved. Oh, that was a little bit 90s, that one. There's a revival. I heard the word revival. Going back to remembering how to collaborate, how to learn together, how to walk together, how to love somebody who is acting in their lowest vibration, how to see the divinity and the beauty in everybody, even when they cannot see it within themselves, even when they are acting out of alignment with their own core being, with their own core nature, with their own code of conduct and code of honor, particularly ones that come down to the matriarchal line is what I'm hearing. So there's something significant about the mother coding, the mother language, the mother love, the mother, the heart, and the love of mother energy. And definitely the frequency of Mother Mary is here at this time. There's also something significant about the Black Madonna coming through. Please give me clear divine guidance. Wow, big energy. I'm just closing this out before this energy becomes too present at this time, because that's for a much bigger reading. And I'm seeing Moonstone again in my mind's eye. We have the King of Swords coming through, divine air sign energy, masculine energy that is in, when in balance, has a very precise, intentional way of being. Yeah. And what else have we got? We have the Chariot card coming through directly. They're sitting directly alongside the King of Swords. So these two frequencies can work beautifully together when with the right motivations, right? That's what I'm hearing, because we know once the Chariot card moves, once this process begins, I just heard alchemical process, takes shape, takes form, starts moving, it becomes a very rapid movement. And the Chariot card is a fast moving, big energy that often comes through with this flood energy, which makes me, of course, think of Noah's Ark. And there's something coming through about the world needing to understand that sages and oracles and high priestesses, high priests, the messages come through in all different ways, and sometimes our messages are actually coded and hidden in plain sight. So you might be teasing somebody for not spelling something properly, and they've actually just read your whole damn life through that quote-unquote spelling mistake. Or recognizing that somebody has a frequency similar to another frequency. Something about names is significant. And yeah, just like, it's time to listen to the sages. It's time to listen to the oracle, because all of the other swords, guns, and earthly efforts to move the collective forward have failed. And that's something we just need to accept and remember the old gods. Remember the old gods that have been reborn alongside us, because we are connected to them. We are elements of, we are the light that shines from the stars. We are the flesh form, the embodiment of the elements that makes up the heavens, the earth, the ethereal worlds. Why interrupt? Something about sonic intrusions and animals that needs to be stopped. Tower card coming through. That's a warning for somebody. Please give me clear divine guidance. And something about Mother Mary. Mother Mary's love is eternal. Mother Mary knows the preciousness of having little and loving a lot. Then we have the Emperor, Aries energy. And that, of course, is the god of war. We've got to remember that. And that scene, that image of love and compassion rising above the battlefield, being a light that is brighter than any reflection on any sword, any axe, any shield of man-made material. And something about the Six of Cups, which is memories and that inner child healing, connected to all of the love that you can hold, express, show, receive, as well as give. And yeah, something connected to the sentinels of justice and of love. And seraphims. There is such, I feel like I may have even been channeling the words of a seraphim. in this very reading. And then we have, to close it off, we have the Six of Wands, recognition, and the Lovers. Recognition for the choices that we are making, whether they be dharmic or karmic. Recognition for the love that we have given and shown, and the recognition of true divine union when in balance, when highly motivated by what is good for all as well as the self, when you can love yourself as much as you can love another and see love within everybody, even when they are complex, if they are dangerous, if they are acting in a way that would sink the collective further down, spiraling, descending down into darkness, rather than finding that divine balance, which is reflected in true unions, reflected in true love. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you very much. I'm aware. So much love. Hi. Um, yeah. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you, Black Madonna.